Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum once again. So hope you're all well. After I made my first video about narrative inquiry and the literature that supports it, I thought of reasons why I relate to it, and I thought I'll just add that to that content. And while I was in the process of thinking about it, we moved to this beautiful hill station in the state of Georgia, about 6-7 hours from where I live, and the weather is beautiful, and there are hills in the background with the clouds all around them, and it's just beautiful. The most adorable thing are the cows, perhaps, which you can see in the background, and they are so cute. Whenever we park here and come to our little house that we have booked for ourselves, they all turn around to see who these silly tourists are, and they're just so adorable, but they all seem so angry all the time for some reason. Anyways, while I was also thinking about the whole thing, my phone broke down and it was making strange noises as if the aliens were trying to connect with me, and then it just died. And anyways, life goes on, things go on. But I want to talk about narrative inquiry as a methodology in terms of our everyday life, and why I think it is such a natural process. It's because I think storytelling is innate to human beings. All of us are storytellers, to be honest. We're either developing stories with our own experiences, or we are exchanging them with others. So when two friends sit down, what do? They exchange stories. When you're sitting with even a stranger in an aeroplane, in a bus, in a train, anywhere, if you start talking, then you're exchanging stories. So for many years, adults have been talking to their children, grandparents have been telling stories to their grandchildren, and so storytelling is so innate to human beings. But what does a researcher who is using narrative inquiry do? Well, that researcher takes those stories. First of all, we decide on a focus or a purpose for our work. We find people who are relevant to that work. Then we listen to their stories. Then we analyze those stories very, very, deeply, and then find the larger meanings in those stories. Sometimes you're able to find some answers, but sometimes those stories and those analyses, they lead to larger questions. So the quest is not to find the right answer. The quest is to keep exploring and keep evolving and keep developing these narratives and these conversations. And so when you are talking, you must realize, when you are listening to stories and analyzing, we must realize that we as researchers are an integral part of that process. Because we are interacting with people, we are asking questions, we are adding our own emotions and feelings to those experiences. And so when I do my narrative inquiry research, I call my participants co-researchers, or co-developers of knowledge. They are not just passive participants who tell me and then they just disappear. No, we continue to develop that knowledge together, analyze it together, and then so there is this continuous dialogue. And that is also why I think narrative inquiry is such an organic process, and not an artificially created environment to collect data and to analyze it. I'll talk about the work that I'm doing in my next video. Keep watching, and please do keep asking questions. That really helps me think about new ideas and things that are more relevant to the kind of information that you would like to talk about. And thank you. Take care of yourself, and meanwhile I'll just enjoy this beautiful scene, and I'll keep sharing my pictures as well.